What's up, friend?
Can you turn on your camera?
Sure, I'll turn it on for a second.
All right. Name, age, and what part of the country?
I'm 41, Central Florida. My name is Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones. Okay. Um, Once you get your camera on, I want to hear what you got to say about the topic.
Sure,
What's
I
up?
got you. Yeah, just hold on a second.
What you hiding?
Oh, I'm not hiding anything. I'm just walking into a different room. I was laying on the sofa. I didn't know how long it was going to take you to let me up. I'm good. What's that?
All right. What's going on? All right. What's your take on the topic? Why don't the women want to cook and clean for the men anymore?
Because they're tired, bro. They have to go to work every day. That's not hard.
They're tired.
Yeah, they got to go to work every day, just like you
What
do.
are they tired of?
Of working. It's not hard. I mean, that shouldn't even be like, I don't even understand the question. Like, they're tired. Aren't you tired when you get home from work?
They're working every day, so they're tired. That's why I don't want to cook or clean.
Yeah. You think I want to work 8 hours and then come home and then cook and clean? I mean, I do it because I have to. I have 5 children. But yeah, I mean,
Do you have
like
a woman
this
right
is,
now?
I don't even, what's that?
Do you have a woman right now?
I've been married for over 20 years.
Okay. Does your wife work?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the roles in a marriage?
What are you talking about? Roles. And
What?
everybody does what they have to do.
Okay.
Roles
What do you do? What does she do?
for a living.
No, in the house for the marriage. What do you guys do? What are your roles?
Role. I don't understand the question. She does what needs to be done that day if she has time to do it, and if she doesn't, I do it. And I do what needs to be done that day, and if I don't have time to do it, she does it. With roles, I don't know what you're talking
How
about.
do you not? How do you not know what roles are in a marriage? You're married for 20 years. You guys don't
Because
have
those
any
don't
roles.
exist. Because those don't exist. Like I'm not white. I'm not a white
What?
Christian
What?
man. I don't.
What?
I don't
What are you talking
roles.
about? I'm not white. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, because you're trying to live up to like some white supremacist ideal of the
What are you
nuclear
talking
family. I don't.
about?
I don't. I don't subscribe
Nobody
to
said
that.
nothing about no supremacy.
Teamwork makes the dream work, friend. We a team. Ain't no roles.
What do you mean there ain't no roles?
It's not that hard to understand. You said, why do women not want to cook and clean? They're tired. They have to go to work.
Okay.
I answered that question.
Okay.
You said, what are your
Who's it?
roles? I said,
Who's
we're a team. We
if
don't have any
if there
roles.
if there's something that needs to be built in the house, who builds it? You or your wife?
Depends on what it is.
What do you mean depends on what it is?
Like if it's a toy for the kids, you know what I'm saying? My wife's better at putting stickers on, so she builds it. But if we're talking about
That's
like,
not
you know what I'm saying? Like,
building nothing, man.
well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel
Putting
that way. It's still
stickers
a
on
task.
something, you've lost it.
It's still a task. But my wife's an interior designer, so she can build anything.
I ain't got time for no foolishness. He gone. I don't have time for no foolishness. I do not have time for the foolishness. What are roles? What are you talking about roles? What are white supremacists? Da, 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 da. Who builds when something needs to get built? Well, it depends. Depends on what. Well, if it's a toy, my wife is better at putting stickers on something. Mm, 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 mm. Insecure man, but you watching me. You must like insecure men. You must can't get enough of them then. You watch them all the time, don't you? Don't you, ma'am? Yes, I know. You love host is so emotional. He big mad. Yeah, y'all love that, don't you? Y'all love it. What do you hear back for, man? Do you disagree? Kanaz over here talking too.
I do. And I already made that clear with you the first time. See, listen, brother. I don't mean any disrespect, and I don't think I was disrespectful to you. And the fact that you booted me, I mean, I'm trying to have a respectful conversation with you, man to man. So, I mean, um, listen,
What's the
I
problem
don't
that
know
you
if
have
you,
with what Kanah's saying? That's
I
what I
don't think
asked
that,
him.
okay.
Go ahead.
So the way that we are trying to operate in society is we are using the patriarchy and white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, as tools to build our community. That's not how our community was built. Now, me being of African descent, Zambia specifically, right? Most of the families are matriarchal, and meaning that, you know what I'm saying, the woman is the head of the household. Okay, so now men do go to work, you know what I'm saying, pay the bills, but women make, you know what I'm saying, a vast majority of the decisions. And meaning that, you know what I'm saying, the woman is the head of the household. Okay, so now men do go to work, you know what I'm saying, pay the bills, but women make, you know what I'm saying, a vast majority of the decisions. And meaning that, you know what I'm saying, the woman is the head of the household. Okay, so now men do go to work, you know what I'm saying, pay the bills, but women make, you know what I'm saying, a vast majority of the decisions. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop. If you want to let Black Man, Black Father up, I'm gonna drop. You guys, peace and blessings to all of you. Love you.
Hold on one second, Sean, because I got to get this guy in.
Go ahead.
Your video is on my profile page, and I know I got men on here that are not going to agree with you. I'm letting you know that right now, Mr. Jones.
And,
I've
and,
talked to
and
this man before. He's a very, very feminine man,
am I
right?
supposed to be worried about people
Yeah,
agreeing
yeah.
with me?
I've talked to this. He's extremely feminine, docile, weak man, right? And
Oh.
he is actually the problem in our society. He's the exact problem in our society. So I love for him to speak so you can know what man you don't want to be when you grow up. Go ahead, brother.
While my wife was deployed, who do you think took care of my children? I did. While my wife was deployed, who do you think took care of my children? I did. While my wife was deployed, who do you think took care of my children? I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't need anybody to help me do those things. I
So
need
you're the
somebody to
wife.
add,
So you're the
bro,
wife. Thank
stop
you.
He
talking
is
You're
to
the
the
me.
wife.
wife.
I need
He's the
somebody,
You're the
wife.
you know
wife.
what I'm saying,
Yes,
that
So
he's
let me
the
adds
let me
to
wife.
be the
my
wife
peace.
in the relationship.
I need
Like I
somebody that
said,
adds to my
He's the
peace.
wife. A woman that's protecting her man while he's in the house with the kids is backwards.
People, if you allow them to speak, if you allow them to talk uninterrupted without getting angry, they will let you know everything that you need to know about them and their personality and their character. So I'm going to go out on a limb and take that the guy with the glasses on, he fancies himself the new Kevin Samuels or Kevin Samuels' cousin. And I don't know much about him. This video has been all over TikTok. It's been all over social media. He was dumbfounded when the gentleman who is at the bottom said that he is 41 years old. He has been in a successful marriage and been married for 20 years. I'm not sure about the marital status of this man, but this is information coming from someone who has maintained a marriage for 20 years. But I guess he decide he knows more. Now, he asked this question, why women don't want to cook or clean for men anymore. I'm tired of the gaslighting. I'm tired of the lies. And you're going to have to pick one or the other. If you want a traditional housewife that will cook, that will clean, that will take care of the children, have time to cater to you, then she cannot work. Taking care of children and running a household is like having multiple jobs. And having kids, for one, is like a full-time job and you have no days off. It sounds to me like regardless of if the woman is working or not, she is supposed to do everything that Susie Q Housemaker does. Sew the clothes, fold them neatly, have the house dusted 24/7, toys put up, a home cooked meal, everything made from scratch, organic from the garden out in the back that she tends to, Draw water from the well. Make sure it's nice and cold. Go back out, get some more so she can make some fresh lemonade with lemons and organic sugar. And then she is supposed to work a job as well. I don't know what type of fantasy fiction book they have been reading or what they have been reading in comic books, because I think I gave them a little bit too much credit thinking they're going to be reading a novel or something like that. But I don't know where they get this idea from. If you want that woman to tend to the home and she doesn't want to work, you are going to have to foot the bill. And I also speak for Bible believers because they come through here every once in a while. It's the same whether you believe or don't. You are to take care of those children. You are to take care of that wife, and you are to take care of the household financially. And you are supposed to pour in TD Jakes into your wife, into your children, into the household, because it doesn't stop at the finances and then you get a beer and kick your feet up. In our community, the men make $40,000 at best. So they need the second income to get into the middle class or to even survive now with inflation. They want you to work that job and contribute to the household financially and be Susie Q. That's impossible. You cannot do that in a day. You cannot be working and taking care of the children and he does not do anything domestically. This is what wear women out. This is what caused women to get a divorce, including being insufficient funds, insufficient emotionally for the kids and the wife. And I'm not going to play this game with girlfriend, side chick, sneaky link. This man basically said she's tired. That's right. If she's working a job, if she's contributing financially, she's tired. Can't even imagine having to work that job and then come home and start another shift with the kids. I just couldn't. After he could not fathom what this gentleman was saying, seeing how he's been successfully married for 20 years, he then was talking about gender roles. Now, when the man was talking about white supremacy, he's talking about the white man's patriarchy. If you go back and you look at history, women were property. Their women were property. These men, they could do whatever they want to. They could go to see other women. The woman was not to say anything or question them. And that's what these tumbleweeds want. It's never going to happen, ever. This is what we're seeing with these relationship podcast advice giving people who seem to not even be married. Now, I could see if you were successfully married and you're talking about what made your marriage successful, but a lot of these men are single and lonely and a part of that study. This man tried to gaslight the gentleman by saying, "Oh, what do you build? Ninja, you don't build anything. You didn't build the cup in your hand. You didn't build the efficiency that you live in. You did not build that computer you're on. You did not build that microphone you are speaking through. You didn't build a damn thing, and how dare you try and use a straw man like that against him?" Because that's all he could come up with. He couldn't come up with anything else. This man has been married, successful, 20 years. You know, he has a relationship with his kids. He knows his kids in and out. They know nothing about that. And he has a great relationship with his wife. She stayed. She likes what he was doing. I wanted to speak on when he said that he's from Zambia and the households are ran by the women. You saw the woman up in the corner just losing her shit. I don't understand what she didn't understand by what he's saying. It's like they have no critical thinking skills. This man basically said the men do work and take care of the household, but the women are making decisions within the household because that man married her, because he trusts her to make decisions in the household that's best for the whole family. This just shows that they don't have marriage skills at all. And they're not good picks for marriage. They think that they are going to get an indentured servant, a maid, a cook, everything in between to serve them as they sit on a throne on an imaginary kingdom in their damn head. If you can produce some shekels and throw them in my face and invite me to your kingdom and show me your land, I'll believe you. But until you do that, you are going to have to come back down to reality and be real with yourself about who you are, what you have, and what type of man that you are. And like I said, behind every dusty tumbleweed, there's always a woman who's going to be there in the corner supporting him as he blames everything he does on Dwight, Mr. Man. But anybody who didn't understand that this man says that she is making decisions in the household for the home. That's what women do. They nest. They make decisions. Why would he have married someone he cannot trust? That's what it's giving. Oh, he cannot trust her to do anything. She can't do anything but serve him because she's going to fuck it up. And if you think she's going to fuck it up, then that's on you for picking her. Do better. Okay, now you see a few clowns sprinkled within this little social media gathering they're having. Basically, the one in the black up top, he probably fancies himself as an alpha male, as a high value male, and the clown, the Chicago Cubs hat, is laughing with his tank top on, and we already know the dude in the shade, he really thinks he's running something. But the only thing they could say about this man, Mr. Jones, I'm looking at this man, I'm listening to him speak, there is nothing feminine about him. They go on to talk about him, how he's the wife, he's the woman, because his wife decided to join the army. We don't know if she went when she was a teenager. We don't know how many times she was drafted for the situations and conflicts that go on around the world. But this was a decision that she made, and she went into the army. A lot of people do it. There are women in my family that have done it, and I don't see an issue with that. They're basically saying she's tougher than him. She could beat him up. That is such a childish and juvenile way of thinking about this. And this further shows you these are not good men to be in relationships with, because that is childish. This isn't even an adult conversation they're having. A man who has been successfully married for 20 years to the same woman and have a relationship with his kids, and none of them want to sit down and listen to this. They want to be Kevin Samuels. They want to be old. They want to be out here popping blue pills so they can try and mess with younger women, as if these women are going to mess with them just for their money, if they even have any. And they're going to die an early death and bounce off the wall into the grave, or be in a nursing home with nobody visiting them and die alone, because that's another thing that's happening with men in our community. But they're ragging on him for having a wife. They do not like the fact that this man has been in a successful relationship with a woman. They don't have the balls to step up to a woman, put their ego aside, and actually court and date a woman and act like a grown-ass man. He's calling him feminine and calling him a simp and calling him out of his name because he has something they will never have. True love. They were talking about she's going overseas fighting, he's home being the wife, he's being taken care of. It's the same rhetoric that these Dusties have for Russell Wilson. There is so much vitriol and hatred because this man is doing it the right way. And he has someone that has his back. Something that they want. They want someone who is there for them truly and honestly, because they know some of the women that they mess with are not that into them, and yes, they will get whatever the hell they can get out of them. Hashtag Brittany Renner, I'm not mad. And basically they think men should have their knee on the neck of women, especially black women, because they never flex this hard on a non-black woman because they already know. Please, they will call their brothers and their cousins from the police station, and we all know what happened then. But I'll go ahead and leave this right here. Let me know what you think about all this fuckery, and I will see you in the next one.